what we're going to do here is get into a basic movie review to kind of lay a foundation and give you a real idea of, when I talk about the Underworld, exactly what I'm speaking of, because there's actually a few scenes in the different movies that depict some of the stuff that I saw in dreams, and there's some of this stuff, I've actually saw in real time, because like in my travels, I found out that the Underworld is connected. Like when you research stuff like the Underground Railroad, for instance, I think it was like Harriet Tubman and them and a few other people or whatever, participated in this Underground Railroad that was supposed to have freed them from slavery. And this is because of this underground network was actually set up and established by humans in the late 1800s. So a lot of what you read about the Underground Railroad and the slavery time is actually taking you into some of the Underground network. And this Underground network actually consists of different sewer systems. You have cities that have multiple cities that kind of like exist up under them. Like for instance, in New York City, there's several different cities that exist up under New York. So like New York is like the city itself, but then there's cities within the city that if you go into certain buildings and you have a map and access to it, you can actually travel throughout New York City from the underground. So you got that aspect of it. Cleveland is like that. Atlanta's like that. You got a few places that's like that. So actually, I'm gonna give you a couple movies, and then from there we'll kind of go more into some of the geographical locations on the next episode and how they connect. So like if you check out like for instance like Star Trek, and like not necessarily like the whole Star Trek itself is really more so depicting like an astrological phase or whatever, or like an astrological picture of the universe and the cosmos, but like as far as the council and the way that the council was set up in Star Trek, this is similar to this underground council that you will see whenever, and even some of the themes that you'll see in Star Trek are actually exist. They really exist in the underworld. I had met with a shaman once, and this shaman was from Africa, and I met him in Atlanta. He explained to me that the first time he saw Star Trek, he felt like he was looking at beings that he saw, you know, that he was initiated to see. He went to Star Trek to see them actually exist and to see them actually depicted is what I meant here in 3D. He was like pretty shocked about that. So Star Trek is one example of some of the stuff I talk about. Of course, The Matrix. When they go into Zion in the real world or whatever, that's a real clear depiction of what you would see. Especially if you go like into like the western aspect of the underworld, like out west. That's essentially how it kind of looks. Like out west is kind of like Zion. The eastern side of the underworld is more like the Illuminati grid that's controlled. It's more like reptilian hybrid control on the eastern aspect, and then you have, of course, the middle aspect, which is the gates, I call it, kind of like the middle world, where they let you in and out of different places. This is where a lot of people are murdered and killed, believe it or not, in their movement throughout the underworld. And I think that'll kind of like sum it up for now. There's a couple other examples I could use, like District 9, a couple movies that you could check out that kind of show some of the beings and how they move in the underworld of Africa. There's a movie called District 9 that kind of depicts that you might want to check out or whatever. And I'm about to check out this Resident Evil because they're telling me there's something I need to check out too. So I'll let you guys know what I get from that, because that's something that I really had wanted to check out and never did. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of missed it. So I'll be checking that out. So those are some good movies that kind of lay a foundation to some of the stuff that not just this video and this series, but some of the stuff I talk about, period. Just some good movies for you to check out. And then from there, we'll go into, like I said, helping you to understand what's actually going on there and how it affects you. So I'll be coming up again.